Hello, good morning. Welcome to Guanyin practice for Friday, the 17th of January. It's hard to believe that the month is already over half done, and we're already in deeply to the new year. And yet, here we are. I wanted to just let folks know that in the temple, we have kind of an easygoing week, not too many events, but next week we're going to sort of kickstart some new things. So if you haven't gone and checked out what's going on in the temple or looked at your weekly mandala newsletter, please have a look. There's a lot going on. Speaking of which, if you would like to join the temple, you can do so at mountshastagaddesstemple.com. And your membership comes with hundreds of hours of content and monthly ceremonies and gatherings and classes and a wonderful group of women who are smart and activated and kind and compassionate and fierce and wild and wise. So it is the month of the Prajnaparamita and the Heart Sutra in the temple. So I'm going to read that for us today. Homage to the perfection of wisdom, the lovely, the holy. Avalokita, the holy bodhisattva, was moving in the deep course of the wisdom which has gone beyond. She looked down from on high. She beheld but 5 heaps, and she saw that in their own being they were empty. Here, O Shariputra, form is emptiness, and the very emptiness is form. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form does not differ from emptiness. Whatever is emptiness, that is form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. Here, O Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They are not produced or stopped, not defiled or immaculate, not deficient or complete. Therefore, O Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, nor feeling, nor perception, nor impulse, nor consciousness. No eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. No forms, sounds, smells, tastes, touchables, or objects of mind. No sight organ element, and so forth, until we come to no mind consciousness element. There is no ignorance and no extinction of ignorance, and so forth, until we come to there is no decay and death, and no extinction of decay and death. There is no suffering, no origination, no stopping, and no path. There is no cognition, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, O Shariputra, it is because of her non-attainmentness that a bodhisattva, having relied on the perfection of wisdom, dwells without thought coverings. In the absence of thought coverings, she has not been made to tremble. She has overcome what can upset, and in the end, she attains to nirvana. All those who appear as Buddhas in the 3 periods of time fully awake to the utmost right and perfect enlightenment because they have relied on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, one should know the Prajnaparamita as the great spell, the spell of great knowledge, the utmost spell, the unequaled spell, a layer of all suffering. For in truth, what could go wrong? By the Prajnaparamita has this spell been delivered. It runs like this. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisoha. Gone, gone, gone beyond, gone altogether beyond. Oh, what an awakening, all hail. And this completes the Edward Con's translation of the Heart Sutra and the Perfection of Wisdom. And our card of the day from the Guidance Cards by Alu Gutmila. If you'd like to get your own massive set of these cards, they are available at claimyourpowertoheal.com. I don't get any kickback for telling you that. It's just actually that I want to support a local artist, and I really like these cards. I think it's this one. Oh, card number 1. I don't even know if I've ever had this before. Affirmations or stances have a direct impact on the subconscious mind, which in turn sets about to materialize the desired results. An affirmation will erase from your subconscious mind the old thought patterns of undesirable traits, habits, and conditions, replacing them with new patterns, states of mind, and fields of action. Dwell on your affirmations deeply until it actually happens, until the thoughts become the experience. And our affirmation for today is I create loving beauty and strong support around me. That's a beautiful one. I create loving beauty and strong support around me. I think the world of affirmations can sometimes feel a little tricky. We've talked about this before, that there's a sort of a feeling like you're telling yourself something, but you don't maybe fully believe it. And if you don't fully believe it, then it starts to feel kind of like you're gaslighting yourself, or it starts to feel false. It can also be like a placebo if you're not kind of also taking the steps in the real world to do things to better your life. So it can be a little challenging to just be like, I'm just like affirming, 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 but without backing it up. I feel like, the epic formula for this is thought, word, action. You get the thought or the seed or the inspiration, and then you follow it through with the affirmation, but then you bring it into a worldly manifestation through some form of action. And that action can be as simple as opening the portal or creating the space for the miracle to happen. And sometimes that will land a miracle right in front of you. Other times it's that you cry out in desperation, help me to your power, and it arrives. Sometimes it's that you actually go through and you do all the like practical, detailed steps that need to be done. And then when you get there, it goes smoothly according to plan. Manifestation isn't just like, you know, something landing on you, it's not out of nowhere. And at the same time, we don't always know exactly what action will create that for us. So, my advice about affirmations is to use affirmations as the word portion of the thought, word, action formula, that you allow the thought to land. It's not so much as you dream up the thought and start to create the thought. It's maybe that you've had a yearning, or you've had an idea, or you've had an inspiration, and now the universe shows you a sign of some sort, that like maybe someone mentions something to you and you're like, why would you be saying that to me? I was just thinking that. Or maybe someone brings you something, or you see something on the news, or something happens and you receive that sense of like, this thought I was having is part of something bigger. Others see it too. And then you speak it into the word. You bring it forth in an affirmation, in spell work, in mantra, in talking about it to other people, or in not talking about it and incubating the word until it's the right moment to just sort of speak it the one and done. So it's up to you. Different people will do it different ways. For some people, it might be I tell a whole bunch of people my idea, I spread that idea around in thought and word, and then I feel that the field is primed for me to take action. For other people, it might be, oh, I incubate it, I hold it within, I don't say much about it. I just sit on it kind of like a chicken on an egg. And then at the right moment, I speak the word and that egg hatches. So think about that as, the word, your affirmations as the word part. And then think about what would be the action you will take to create the portal opening, the sincere heart plea, the steps toward doing something, or the tearing down of walls that would block you from receiving your manifestation. See how that lands for you today and where that might show up in your world today. And let's just say that affirmation one more time because it's so nice. I create loving beauty and strong support around me. All right, so that's our short bit. Now let's get into Guanyin practice. We're going to start with 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Namo Gurube. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balanced point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Xian, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guan Xian Pusa as we awaken the quality of Guan Yin that already lives within our hearts. Namo Guan Xian Pusa, Namo Guan Xian Pusa. Namo Guan Xian Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa. And a brief prayer for the money recital of Kam by Gyaltse Tokme Zangpo. Lama Dankun Shiksum Lakchat Salo, Dakni Changchutni Porchi Kebar, Gangang Gangdu Kepa de Dang Der Tadu Tuje Champo Chazinching, Gusum Gewe Chila Chapar Sho, Jamtang Ninje Champo Kunlangne, Tuje Champo Duljar Gepanam, Lame Changchup Chala Go Pecher, Tuje Champo Trin Leje Par Sho. Homage to the Guru and three jewels. Wherever I may be reborn until I reach, from now until I reach the essence of awakening, wherever I may be reborn, in that place may I always follow the great compassionate one and dedicate my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Inspired by loving kindness and supreme compassion, in order to lead all Mahakarunika's followers to supreme and unsurpassable awakening, may I carry out the great compassionate one's activity. Lama Dankun Shuksum Lakchaksa Lo Dakni Changchuk Nipor Chike Bar Gangdang Gangdu Kepa de Dang Der Tadu Tuje Champo Jatsinching Gusum Gewe Chila Chapar Sho Jamtang Ninje Champo Kunlangne Tuje Champo Duljar Girpanam Lame Changchuk Chala Gope Chir Tuje Champo Drin Leje Par Sho. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our prayers and mantras out into the world to whomever needs that energy. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And now let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungne and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And wishing everyone a wonderful weekend, a good weekend of peace and harmony in your spirit.